What's good, YouTube? I'm going to go ahead and recap a bit of my WCQ experience of not really being a player but working for Voltage Games, and show off some cool things I got to pick up during the weekend as well. So it was really kind of almost feeling like a out-of-body experience as round one started. Sitting back there and watching all the competitors start, and I just felt this urge and this longing to go out and play with everybody, and it wasn't the best feeling, but throughout the day, as people more and more came through, I use social media, I use Zodiac to talk to people and say, hey, we've got Zodiac tokens, those kinds of things. More and more people came by and said hi, said they love the work that I'm doing, they love Zodiac tournaments, worried about the future of Zodiac tournaments. It was really cool to see so much interest in the channel and the things that happen with it, and it really made me feel good. And it's not going to boost my ego or anything, but it really was a cool experience to like sign so many tokens and playmats, and really Voltage at their booth has their banner. It says by the players for the players, and I think that's so much more truth than any of the booths back there. I'm not knocking them, there's a lot of great vendors, Alternate Universe to name one, but I think more than any other vendor, Alex Van Sant and Jeff Jones, they're really cool people. That's my first weekend really hanging out with both of them so much, and it was really nice to get to know them. And so here I'm going to show off some pretty cool pickups. So I do collect judge tokens, and I got to see two I didn't know exist and two I did, but two that I hadn't been able to get my hands on yet. First off, the nice purple one goes with the Harpies. This one goes with the Dark Magician Girl Judge Mat, the Dark Magician Girl Knight. Now this one I'd never seen before. It's got a city in the background, and that's just really cool to me. This one is a lot newer and sealed, the UDS Judge token. I also got to pick up some really cool misprints, part of the title, so definitely got 5 cool misprints. I believe I've shown one of these off on the channel before, Marshmallow on Black Illusion Ritual. We've got brothers here. I'm going to save them for last. So we've got Rank Up Magic, pulled fresh from the pack as a misprint for the Doom Double Force. Really cool. The name goes into the spell card. We've got, all these misprints are pretty similar to that one. Goblin Attack Force. Its name goes into the stars. We've got a Dark Paladin with its name off-centered, and that's from the special double starter deck pack. And we have a MFC Dark Paladin, as I said, brothers, with his name all the way down into the levels. Really cool pickups for the weekend. Definitely my kind of stuff. And again, it was really hard to work on the documentary project. I got a couple interviews that I'm going to be able to use and cut up, but I think I'm going to dig even more on questions to ask people. Like, I thought of new terms just sitting there today, like GOAT format, and like the different responses from people who played during the era and the people who play now should be very interesting. But I was able to interview some pro duelists for that, and I believe actually we're going to have a few duelists here in the house very soon, and able to do some things with them on that. So again, continuing on my vendor experience, I was stationed to buy cards. It was very different to see how some people would react to lowball offers, as in, you know, 50 to 66% on the card. But sometimes there's different vendors and they're all good for everything, and sometimes a vendor ends up with a huge quantity of a stock of a card and they can't offer as much because they piled up such a stock. And so like some people would take offense to that, and it's just like, dude, I'm still going to at least offer, and you can simply say no. When people catch attitudes in the game, like when people expect one thing and get another, it's very interesting. And this ranges from everything, but in this community, I see it happen from judge call, and where you can just simply appeal to, and people get so irate, and that's where they go wrong. If you're calm and you explain it clearly and are very understanding, it's usually going to go in your favor. People get so irate when they have anything other than their expectations met, like they deserve it. So that's kind of something that I got to experience on another spectrum. Now, vendors are here. I know some people are going to have bad experiences with vendors as well. You have bad experiences with players, judges, vendors. Like, it's going to happen. You're playing a game, a competition, and that costs money to travel. So you're going to have bad experiences, but like, they're just there not to make a lick. They're there to try to help. They're like, people need gas money. People need things, and they buy anything. Well, at least Voltage does. And so, like, Alex bought far more Cosmo decks than he should, but he just kept buying them and buying them and buying them, you know? So, like, things like that were interesting to see how people would react, even though, you know, it would be his 40th Cosmo deck he was going to buy. And, just other things like having the Zodiac tokens taken from the booth, that was interesting. I got up for 5 minutes, came back. I'd been leaving them by the buy playmat because I'd just been handing them out, and woof, there goes the majority of the stack. Definitely out of all the things stolen at the booth, I would be glad that that was it, but still sucked because it was something I used to have people come by and say hi. Other things that happened that were interesting, of course, the stream contract ran out at like 8, so the stream packed up early and ended. It was not because of teams. I'm really tired of seeing people blame Konami. Congrats to Cordero to be one of the few to step up and say, hey, stop hating on Konami. It's such a Yugi-tuber thing to just instantly blame them because it's so fun and gets such a resonating reaction. Blame Konami! Konami was not at fault. They just didn't expect a field of 2,300, the largest ever WCQ field, and that was very interesting. Also for deck profiles, huge shout outs to Aaron and Thomas. They definitely held it down. Tom, do your mom. Shout outs to him. And Aaron McInnes, Zodiac's own. They were able to help me get profiles while I was stuck behind the booth. Huge congratulations. And so here are some other cool pickups. I've got a Italian Spirit Reaper. Hollow. Good for GOAT format. I got a Get Your Game on. Both of these are shout-outs to Skylar Hennessy. He's been coming up and up on Zodiac. Gave away an Ultra Ascension Sky Dragon at the event. Kid won it. He had a binder with all the cards face down, and you got to pick random cards. And then a kid walked away with an Ultra Prize card. And also on behalf of Skylar Hennessy, glad to work out a deal for this. A TP card that's eluded me for a very, very long time. So, with that being said, Skylar Hennessy also ate like 6 Ultimate Tour Guides and bent up a DDS Dark Magician. It was also quite a story to see him get offered too low on an Ultimate Gaia Dragon and rip it up in front of another vendor. That kid is definitely going to slowly become a Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend for his actions and vending. He definitely dealt with all the vendors. I didn't see anything shady from him, and he was definitely a pleasure to hang out with. And the free food, I believe he brought out 30 hamburgers and gave them away, kind of thing. Definitely a cool aspect to see someone kind of come into the game. You know, normal people never have great stories, and Skylar is somebody that's, I think, going to create some really great stories in this game. So, that being said, huge shout outs to everyone who stopped by the Voltage booth and said hi. Worked till 3 a.m. Saturday night, and then I've never gotten out on a day 2 after dark, and I believe it was 9 p.m. by the time we started trekking home. But definitely huge shout outs to everyone who came and said hi. Huge shout outs to Jimmy again, going to the WCQ, the Worlds itself again. WORLDS, Jimmy again. and Masu, a nicer guy, kind of have got there. And man, I heard some stories. I can't say any truths to them. I was stuck all the way in the back, but man, what a event, what a time. And again, in my last video I posted I'm starting a new YugiTube, well, not YugiTube, my bad, a new YouTube, which will be anime reviews and WWE reviews, House of WWE. So it's gonna focus both on WWE and weeb stuff, as the name implies, and I will be doing anime reviews and WWE reviews and maybe general stuff like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, depending on how the audience likes it. So I plan to, you know, as they say, the ceiling is higher for a generalized YouTube, but I do not plan excuse me, to change anything about this YouTube. I plan to still put as much content up as I can. Plan to keep showing things off, hanging out, doing tournaments as long as DevPro exists. Really plan to do as much as I can with you guys. Even if that other channel became 3 times the size somehow, I plan to stick to the routine that I've set of at least trying to get a video day in here, if not more. And Billy will also potentially be streaming Hearthstone. Hopefully a lot of you are fans. I actually saw the sub count dip a bit once I announced that, so that was kind of disheartening. But it wasn't by much. And if you really are gonna get upset over this being a split YugiTube from the guy, well, CardTube from the guy who helped me co-found this, well, bye. But if you do enjoy the other things I said, go sub to my anime WWE tube at House of WWE, and go follow on the House of Champs stream to look forward to Hearthstone streams in the future. Thanks for watching, guys, and definitely just a pretty cool experience. And if you'd like to see more kind of not really tournament reports, but tournament talks like this, where I sum up the tournaments that I've been to, because I'm sure I'll talk about things like certain things, but I definitely enjoyed my event. I saw a lot of people feel soul drained. I saw a lot of stories. It's definitely some interesting things to potentially talk about. So let me know what you'd like to talk about in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.